Christina?
Say that again.
I said, can I please have your phone number?
For who?
For the possibility of an emergency shelter for you and Junior.
Okay, who are you going to give the number to?
He is a social worker, and he works with one of the organizations that deals with the population out here. And he's a friend of mine, and he said that he might have the lead on some emergency housing for families, which I think you may qualify for.
He's an outreach worker for the city. We just can't remember which exact agency. Otherwise, we would tell you. But it's outreach.
You were the one who was here the other day that I told you that if you're overweight, you're more likely to die of COVID. Was that you? Were you on the side of the road over there? Oh, I just told a fat cop a couple of days ago who was parked along the side of the road that, yeah, you should worry about your weight because that's what's killing people, not being unvaccinated.
My partner was asking about
Yeah, I already heard that. But when I looked over and saw that you were fat, I thought you were the cop I just talked to a few days ago.
Christina, can I have your phone number?
No, you can't because you want a phone number for somebody you don't even know what department he's working at. Come on now. You people are so unprofessional.
Well, maybe I will just come down here with him. So, at any rate, I think the park ranger here has
Christina, you're going to have to sign this.
some paperwork.
No, I'm not going to sign that. This is Calacal, just for in case I can't put this with the other videos. This is Calacal who's harassed me for on record for 2 years, and now he's ticketing me again. So there he is. He's the same one who denied us a COVID motel to retaliate for my vigilante channel in September. He did trigger the COVID spike because he was too evil to let us have a motel, because it's more important for them to torture us for my vigilante work than it is for him to protect the city. That's why he will be sued for gross criminal negligence as well as harassment. But because I'm a volunteer FBI informant recruiter, we're waiting it out to see how low you scumbags will stoop. And you'll stoop to any level. And death to the Philippines for people like you. Yep, it's ravaging COVID. It's fucking your country up, just like it fucked your country up at Christmas when you threatened to take away all of our stuff. Threatened to take away my autistic son's clothes and his fucking food at Christmas. So the Philippines kicked your fucking country's ass with the typhoon because you're pure fucking evil. Everything you do is evil. It's harassment. You threatened to take away our stuff at Christmas in the middle of the day. You won't let us sit on a tarp. You won't let us do anything, but you let dirty rotten pigs sell from tent encampments. We're not in a tent, but you're fucking evil. I'm glad I got you on video again, because notice, he's the only fucking evil park ranger willing to do this type of shit. I am refusing to sign your bullshit.
Okay.
You see this, DA? You see this bar association? I can't wait. Homeless coalition, I was told that you guys can help me sue. We're suing Calacal. I can't fucking wait until we all get paid, because you're so fucking evil. You drug trafficking dirty scum. And you're dirty ass pigs too. You're a disgrace. Blue Lives Matter pisses and shits on Sfpd's grave. This city's a junkie shithole and needle disposal container because of you scumbags. Fucking Blue Lives Matter hates you. They at least fucking have the balls to put drug dealers in jail. You suck their cocks for a living. And this evil fucking Filipino, he's so fucking scandalous and evil. He'll do anything for Mayor Nasty Breed. Ooh, all the Filipinos in this city, they just keep bringing the wrath of God on their homeland because they're money junkie scum. You keep fucking with blessed people. I always tell him that. I always remind him about the karma, and he laughs about it because he's sick. When I tell him you're fucking harassing my autistic disabled son, when he didn't have a mask, he's so sick and sinister, he laughs about it because he's pure fucking evil. So you can take that fucking ticket and shove it up your ass. Why don't you shove it up your mother's ass? Because she's garbage for making someone like you. Yeah, that's what you can do with that shit, bitch. And, are you done?
Yeah.
Yep. Bye, bitches. You're getting so fucking sued. I'm surprised they even fucking have you here yet. But like I said, because I'm an FBI volunteer informant recruiter, we're checking to see how fucking low you'll stoop. You don't care about any of the drug dealing encampments in the city.
Is that all your stuff right there?
What the fuck? Don't worry about what is all my stuff.
Okay, because the gardener's got to come out here and clean this up. So this area is going to be closed for cleanup.
As of when?
As soon as they get here. But right now you're in violation of the park code 3.21 park hours. Okay, so
And you're in violation of denying us a COVID motel when we had symptoms. What's your excuse for that, you fucking scumbag? What was your excuse? All he said is, I'll only offer you an ambulance. I begged him for a COVID motel. He said, nope, they'll only give you a tent or an ambulance. And as a result, it caused a fucking spike in the city at the end of September because of his fucking gross criminal negligence, bitch. You only see the only fucking petty laws you know are camping. Motherfucker, I know real laws. And what you've done to us is a motherfucking crime, bitch, and you will be sued for it. You are gonna be fucked so hard in the ass with the justice system, you fucking money junkie scum. Watch, bitch. Watch, bitch. Right? I have, this is 6 feet. You can see this is 6 feet. You fucking, you mad about the truth, bitch. You back up. I ain't fucking running up on you. This is 6 feet. You a little bitch, that's all. He got 6 feet, he's a little bitch.
Film me for a minute. Give these guys a break.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because you feel sorry, the truth? It's fucking getting to this little bitch. He should be in fucking prison, not here hanging from my nuts right now. Fucking suck my dick if you're gonna hang from my nuts all the fucking time, you faggot. What?
So, when they offered the COVID hotel...
He didn't. That's what I just said. I begged him for a COVID motel. He refused us one as retaliation for my YouTube channel of vigilante work.
Was the issue of your medical privacy not...
No, then I didn't give a fuck. We were sick. None of that had nothing to do with it. He wouldn't give us a COVID motel. He wouldn't send them. And instead, he just kept harassing us. And he said, you need to move. You need to move. And I said, my son is sick. He has a fever. He can't walk. He can't move. We're sick. And I go, we need a motel. And he goes, I'll only offer you an ambulance or they'll give you a tent at a safe site. But you're not going to get a motel. And nobody ever came for us. Day after day, we were down at Archery, and then he comes back a second time. By that time, I had COVID, and I was too sick, and he goes, you need to move, you need to move. And I said, we've had a tent here for COVID for 4 months, and the park employees are fine with that, and that the park employee even offers to take our garbage, and he checks to see if we have COVID so that they could send the COVID team. The minute we get COVID, he's going to say, Calacal is going to say, you got to move now, you got to move. And then the second time he comes back, I'm like, I'm too sick. We can't move. We can't move. He has a fever. He can't walk. COVID symptoms. We need a motel. He wouldn't. Nope. Yep.
So like you got a lawsuit, Christina.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Do you know? Oh, you must know someone that I'm related to at Sfpd. You're right. I do have a lawsuit.
Sure do.
Thank you.
It's gonna be. Sounds like a big payday for you.
It does, for gross criminal negligence.
Right, so,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, well...
I'm related to someone at Sfpd by marriage, Sergeant Sean Mendez.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is my grandpa's nephew, and I miss my grandpa. We have to rescue my grandpa because my auntie Charmaine is using him for his retirement to pay her mortgage. And I wish Sean can help me rescue my grandpa.
Have you talked to Sean lately?
No, I've never talked to him since this has been happening to us. I write to him in the comments, and I just thought he doesn't want to help us, but... Recently, I wrote that I think the FBI is not letting him help us because they're investigating Sfpd's corruption, and they're willing to stoop so low to hurt me and my son all the time that it's better, like the FBI's like, just leave her there. They're strong, they can take it. Let's see how evil the park rangers like Calacal and Mayor Hobreed and the park employees will stoop, and that's maybe why he's not helping us. I don't know.
Well, Sean is a really, really good resource if you still are in touch with him.
I'm not, because we're estranged, because I have not talked to him in a long time. I lost him, I saw him, I was at a funeral a really long time
It's never
ago.
too late, and to be honest, family is always the best bet.
But he's related to my grandpa, and that's my step-grandpa, but he married my black grandma, and he's my dad. He raised me. I lived in his house in Pacifica. That's my dad. I miss my dad. I want my grandpa.
Christina, it's okay.
I want my grandpa. I don't have any way to rescue my grandpa from my Charmaine. Please, I wish Sean could help me reunite with my grandpa and get him from Stockton and we can live here. Because my grandpa is from San Francisco. Do you know that his father was a sharpshooter for the San Francisco Mint? That is Sean's relative, yeah, because Sean's mother is my grandpa's sister. And also, so he has priests in his family, and that's why, because they're Irish, they wanted my grandpa to be a policeman too, or to be a priest, and he tried seminary, and he was homesick, and he didn't become a policeman. He became a postman, and they were a bit disappointed. So Sean became the policeman that they always wanted, and so they spoiled Sean, and that hurts my grandpa's feelings.
Well,
But that's okay if Sean can just help me, because my grandma died. And now she just died a couple years ago, and now my grandpa is stuck with my auntie Charmaine. And I gotta rescue him before he dies so I can ask him questions about my grandma every day. I miss my grandma. We gotta talk about my grandma.
Christina, have you tried to get in touch with any of these people of your family that maybe you could stay with them?
No, I can't. I can't. I don't get along with my auntie Charmaine. I was homeless in Stockton. That's why my grandma died, because my auntie Charmaine wouldn't offer us the place to stay.
She wouldn't.
And then we came in our car to live in San Francisco, and a few days later, my grandma died in her sleep. But I know she died of weariness.
You don't want to talk about that if you don't have to.
It's okay, but I don't have any relatives but my grandpa. And he's being used by my auntie Charmaine to pay her mortgage in Stockton. And he doesn't even like her, and she doesn't like him. But I don't have any way to rescue my grandpa by myself.
What would you do?
I would see if Sean, he can help me rescue my grandpa. Me and my grandpa, we can get an apartment in Pacifica, and I can go to work, and I can pay the bills, and he can use his retirement, and we can work together, and I'll take care of him, and I'll take such good care of him, better care of him than my auntie Charmaine, and I will work.
But Christina, would you be able to take care of him and Junior at the same
Yeah,
time?
I could.
You think you could do both?
Yeah, and work. I could do it all.
That's a whole lot on your plate.
It is. I could do it.
So you could have a full-time job, take care of Grandpa, who we just rescued, and take care of Junior?
Yeah, my other son, he's okay if he has a safe place to be. It's because we're in this park. People keep assaulting him, and park rangers employees are always harassing us. So, but if we have a house, then he's safe, and he's gonna go to Kenyatta Community College, and my autistic son, and he's gonna get an AA degree in 3D animation and computer design. He's a a Lego stop motion animator.
I love stop-motion animation.
Yeah, awesome. So do we. And so he's been doing that since he was 13. He has one called Superman's Bad Day. He made it when he was 13, all by himself. He taught himself, and YouTube taught him how to make those.
Wow.
Yeah, he's so artistic, and so that's why he's gonna do that. We just need a roof over our head so we could get our life
Can I
back.
ask you a question? From what I'm hearing, it sounds like you want to rescue your grandpa, you want to take care of your family, and you want to work hard to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can I ask you? Would it be okay to let the city help you?
It would, but they won't help us. I've been begging for help for 3 years. They won't help.
There's you might have to get outside your comfort zone and kind of work with them.
I've gone to the almost everything. I went to the coordinated entries, and they said too the only services the city can offer you at coordinated entry is if I found my own place. They could give us a deposit and that's it. But they couldn't really help us with anything. The other issue is because my son is an adult and I'm an adult is. He would have to go by himself to some sort of male homeless shelter.
That's not okay.
Yeah, because of his autism. So that's the other thing that makes it difficult.
My partner, we want to try and
with somebody with your.
So you can get on your feet to rescue your grandpa, because that's the most noble goal I've heard since I've been working with outreach to go rescue your grandpa.
Well, Christina, if Junior is legitimately autistic, a lot of times they make exceptions to the 18 rule.
Yeah, and he is, and he gets disability, and that's what I would have thought, but I haven't been able to find anyone willing to help us with our situation, with everything that I've explained and every resource I've, avenue that I've pursued. Yeah. They're all oh, you're kind of in this messed up situation, because if he was a minor, then you could send you this way, but because he's an adult and you're an adult, it makes everything so difficult, and so, yeah, that is why.
That's the barrier.
Yeah.
So, once people start waking up I'm gonna call this contact that I have and see if they are able to do something for you.
Okay.
And if they can, they will definitely do so. If they can't, we'll go on to the next thing, right?
Okay.
So, but yeah, unfortunately, the demand for the services is greater than the ability for the city to supply them.
Right.
Okay?
But we got to keep trying.
Yeah, but it's also, there's a lot of mismanagement because, like, for example, with the COVID motels, because I'm really political, not just like a vigilante, but I'm extremely political. So I know that the Board of Supervisors passed an ordinance to house 8,000 people, and the federal government FEMA gave Mayor Hobreed the money to do it, and she could not do it. And that's why everyone, even the Board of Supervisors, was using terms like, you're shifting excuses for why you're not doing it. She used things like, I'm not their babysitter. They only ended up housing like 2,000 because even with the money and even with an ordinance, the city cannot get it together. It's Christina with an A.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think my partner has a good angle outside the box to try.
Yeah, I'll give you my phone number. Can you give my phone number to my grandpa's nephew, Sean?
What's your phone number?
Hold on.